Hello and welcome to another video here with Club Danube. Today, as you guys can see, we'll be flying the A330 Neo from Dubai to Doha. We're flying Qatar Airways today. Look at that beautiful aircraft parked at the gate. We have the jetway connected and the aircraft is in cold and dark, as you guys can see. Cones and wheel chocks in place as well. So yeah, today's flight should be roughly 40 minutes and hopefully it will go off without an issue. I do want to mention yesterday I attempted to perform this very same flight on Livestream and unfortunately my internet cut out midway and I'm so sorry about that to the viewers who are watching it. Hopefully we won't have a problem today. And I appreciate you watching this live stream today. Okay, so let's just have a quick look around and then we'll get into the details of the flight. We'll get this started up. And yeah, look at that. This is beautiful Dubai airport payware scenery here. And look at Dubai in the distance right there, looking lovely. Look at that skyline. It looks so brilliant. And it's so realistic as well, looking very, very nice, especially from this distance. To our right, we've got traffic injections, Ethiopian, Air Canada, Fly Dubai, SpiceJet, Emirates, A380, etc. And there's a Saudia to our right as well. Gulf Air to our left, Wizz Air, I believe, over here. I don't know which one this is. Air Astana, okay. Kenya Airways, Air France, etc. to our left. We are parked at gate F12. Well, that's funny. We're supposed to be at F11, but there is no F11. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. It goes F9, F10, and then F12. I believe that's a mistake in the scenery. There you go. So it must be a mistake in the scenery. Because technically this is supposed to be gate F11. I could be wrong. If anyone knows, let me know. Is it like this in real life or is this a mistake in the scenery? There is no gate F11. Interesting, interesting, interesting. But in the simulator, we are in gate F11. But yeah, according to the scenery, we are in F12. Not a big deal. Let's quickly talk about today's. Let's actually go ahead and get the aircraft. Let's get the cargo door going, baggage truck going. We'll get the aft door open and the catering truck connected as well. Let's have a look at all of that services being performed. And look at that. I have no idea why I opened this door right here. There was no need for it. Let's have a look at our catering. Our catering is going this way. Okay, that's a catering truck. It's going there. Interesting. Our cargo loading is happening as well. Anyway, while that is happening, let's go ahead and power up here. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's begin. Let's turn on our batteries here. We can also turn on our external power just because it's available. Wonderful. And a bunch of faults and lights going off. Nothing to worry about. You can actually go ahead and turn on the pump for the APU, turn on the master switch and get the APU started. Let's have a look. There it is. We should see the APU flap open message. There it is, flap open. And we've got the APU powering up. Let's have a look at our APU. There it is. We can see the heat haze from the back and it's very noisy now that aircrafts have started taking off and taxiing behind us. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Our catering truck is now loading up our galley. Wonderful. Let's get back into that. Go back up. Let's go back up here. Okay, let's go to our APU bleed on. ADIRS to navigation. To the nav mode. Do we really need the bleed? Yeah, okay, we'll leave it. Nav lights to on, let people know we are in the aircraft. Nav and logo lights to position number 2. Just so you guys know, we are flying the headwind A330 Neo today, Qatar Airways. Strobe to automatic. And yeah, look at that. Very, very nice cockpit here. I love the cockpit of the A330. So nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Some of the services have ended. I believe, yeah, the truck is just leaving us now. Cargo loading is still going on, I believe. Yeah. Interesting. What is that? Okay. Anyway, we'll let them finish up in their own time. Let's continue here. You can actually set the seat belts to on here. Let's go overhead so you guys have a better view. Seat belts to on, no smoking can come on as well. Landing lights to off, okay, they're all off. Fuel switch pumps, we can turn them on right before we start the engines. External power off. Yeah, we don't need external power anymore. We can actually disconnect that from here as well. Ground power unit, bye bye. Is it going away? There it is, it's gone away. Yep, GPU is going away right now. Basically just the jet bridge remains connected. Let's go ahead and set the windshield de-ice. Do we need a windshield de-ice today? I do not think so. I will not be using windshield de-ice today. And I can't seem to locate windshield de-ice. Oh, there it is. This is the anti-ice. Where is the windshield de-ice? Windshield de-ice, where are you? I cannot locate you. Well, doesn't matter. We won't be using it today, so I guess. Okay. Probe and window heat to on, please. Actually, we'll do that a little later. Let's go ahead and set our FMC for the day. And yeah, it's a simple flight today from Doha to Dubai to Doha, my bad. Let's begin. What is going on here? Initialize from a 2. We're taking off at OMDB, or in other words, Dubai to OTHH, Hamad International in Doha. Return, please. Flight number for today will be CDN 123, Club Danube 123. Passenger number, don't bother about that. 100 is the cost index. Our cruise altitude for today will be, we can actually do 25,000 today, I believe. Yeah, we can do 25,000 today, so we'll do 25,000 minus 34. Our IRS initialization, IRS1 aligned, IRS1. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Let's continue. Zero fuel weight, right there. Our block fuel for the day. Today we are taking off with 14,000, which is plenty to get us to Doha. So 14.0 is going to be our block fuel. Okay, that gives us all of these. Yeah, that's that. Why isn't this IRS aligned with GPS? Going on here. Okay, let's continue to the performance part of the, actually let's do the flight plan first. OMDB is our takeoff, obviously. For departures today we'll be using the Miro 3F departure out of runway 30 left. So let's do runway 30 left, 4,300 meters, plenty for us. And we will use the, oh, sorry, Miro, what's going on here? I want to let me choose, there it is. The Miro 3F. Not very used to the McDo in the Airbus, so forgive me for some monkeying around here, but Miro 3F. is our departure. Select that. Everything is looking good. Runway 30L. Okay. No, we're not going to use the transition today. Just that. And that's it. Okay. Clear. Flight plan. There is our departure of Miro 3F. If you look, it ends with the waypoints of Miro. Now, into OTHH today, we will not be using an arrival. We will not use any standard terminal arrival procedures. We're just going to use straight into ILS 34 right. Where is ILS 34 right? Oh, goodness. Ah, there it is. ILS 34 right, please. No star, please. And Tiara. Tiara indeed. Let's go back to our flight plan here. There it is. That's there's just one waypoint before the runway on our ILS approach. That's Lazzo. Everything is showing up as required. Now let's just go ahead and program in the rest of the waypoints for our journey here. Let's go towards the end of our departure, which is right here at Mirot. After that, we have a waypoint called Eggpog, E-G-P-O-G. We'll put that right before Lazzo, right there. Then we have Asnax. We'll put that right before Lazzo, again after Eggpog. Okay, done that. We have Bundu. Bundu again comes right before Lazzo. Then we have Kupsa, K-U-P-S-A. That will also come right before Lazzo. Those are our waypoints, ladies and gentlemen, and that's essentially it. Okay, that's it. Let's go to performance. Flaps 1 for takeoff today. Transition altitude, we'll use 5,000 as our transition altitude. Come on. We will take our V1 at 138 knots, VR at 140 knots, and V2 at that. Excellent. Okay, we have our flight plan. Let's just make sure everything is looking good, no discontinuities. Incredible, incredible. Okay, there's our flight plan, everything loaded up into the FMC. Okay, now once we're done with the FMC as we are right now, what is this? We can actually arm our emergency lights here, and our annunciator lights can go to bright. Okay, right there, sorry, my bad. Crew oxygen supply can come on. Let's actually go ahead and leave the okay, I think we can now switch on the pumps here. Can switch on. Generators are pushed for now. Yep, very good. APU generator is on. Okay, let's just go ahead and turn on our probe and window heat. Actually, let's wait for that. Sorry, my bad. Let's continue here. Set the barometer. Press P for a shortcut. There is our barometric pressure for the day. Let's come to the flight control panel here. Set up our cruising altitude. That's going to be, we'll climb out initially to 10,000, and then after that we'll turn off our lights, etc. Then we'll climb out to 25,000 from there. Apart from that, there is nothing to do here. Everything else is effectively set the way we want it to be. Finally, we're going to be using manage mode today, so we don't need to worry too much about speeds, etc. Alright, we are ready for pushback and engine start at this point. Let's go ahead and remove all the jet bridge. Wait for the jet bridge to be disconnected here. Jet bridge being disconnected. Jet bridge has been removed. Excellent. Everything seems to be in order. Let's go ahead and request our pushback here. Pushback is right about there. Let's remove parking brake. Just request. Confirm. Let's attach the tugs. The tug is coming. There it is. The pushback tug is being attached at the moment. Let's wait for that to happen. Before we actually begin the pushback here, let me show you the taxiing we're going to use today. We're going to taxi out straight back, turn our tail to our right this way. Use this taxiway to keep taxiing until the end of this runway right here. And this is where 30L is. This is where we'll take off. Okay, let's go inside and begin pushback. Make sure everything is set for engine start overhead. Yes it is, sir. Yes it is. Everything is set as required. Okay, let's begin our pushback here. There it is. Let's begin. Tug speed right there. And we have pushback. Let's actually go up. Turn our probe and window heats to on now. For real this time. Let's turn our beacon lights to on here.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Okay. Arm doors and cross-check, and let's go ahead and start our engines off right here. Engine 2 master to on. Watch as N3 climbs and N1 begins to climb as well. We can go outside and let that happen. Let's actually wait for N1 to rise to about 10%, then we can see this pull up from the outside.
Again, we'd like to welcome you on board. Your safety is our top priority, so we appreciate a few minutes of your attention while we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
Safety briefing going on at the moment. You guys can hear it.
Please fasten your seatbelt and insert the flat metal edge into the bumper.
Engine spooling up right there. Leave our engines are ready. Continue with our engine startup here. Let's turn on engine number 2. Okay, we saw the available light come on, and let's look at another engine. Engine number 1, my bad. Engine number 1. Spool up. Unfortunately, you can't hear much. First of all, the engine is quiet for some reason, and secondly, the airport is very noisy, so you can't hear much, unfortunately. Okay. Engine 1 coming to life here, and we have the light. Let's go ahead and turn ignition back to normal. We have engine startup here. Let's go back to our tablet here, see which way we need to turn. We're still a bit away from the point where we need to command a right turn, and we are being pushed back quite slow as well. Anyway, so if you're just joining us, we are flying today from Dubai to Doha using the A330, sporting the Qatar livery, and today's flight will take roughly 40 minutes, and we're going to be flying out of runway 30 left for takeoff out of Dubai using the Miro 3F departure, and we will be landing into Doha using ILS 34 right, direct arrivals, not using any standard terminal arrival procedures. Okay. Let's begin a slight turn here. You know what, let's just continue straight for now. And why not? Begin a right turn, allow the aircraft to line up properly. Continue with our checklist here. Taxi lights can come on right now, or we'll just wait for the pushback to complete. Actually, you know what, let's go ahead, turn the taxi lights to on. APU bleed can come off now. APU master can come off. We can actually go ahead and set our flaps to takeoff position. We'll do that right before we begin our taxi. Beautiful, beautiful. I love seeing the aircrafts parked at the terminal here in Dubai. Lovely. The airport looks so nice. Anyway, we're still lining up here with that taxiway. We're actually lining up kind of parallel to it. Not a big deal. Easy to line up here. We're taking off in the evening today. We're not exactly flying live time. It's around 6:30 in let's have a look. Yep, 6:56, so 7 p.m. 6:30 when I was somewhere near 6:30 when we started, so now it's about 7 p.m. No problem. No problem, no problem. And put our auto brake on max. We can stop the pushback right about here. Stop moving. Parking brake on. Detach the tug. Remove that. And the tug is now leaving us. We are blocking the way of another aircraft right there. I believe it is a 777-300 ER probably. Anyway, the tug is leaving us. Let's go back inside. Make sure all the lights that we need are set correctly. Everything is set. Correct. Okay, we have APU bleed off. Everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and drop our flaps to our takeoff position. Release the parking brake. Let the aircraft begin rolling slowly, and we are rolling. We have begun our taxi. Let's check our flight controls, make sure everything, the controller is set up properly. Okay. Side stick. Okay, I'm not sure about the movement of the side stick, but it's very shaky. Why does it do that? We're gaining speed on our taxi here. Plenty of aircrafts are crossing our way. Flight controls looking good. Let's just make sure nothing is missing off our checklist here before we continue our taxi. That is correct. Okay, all that's left is our before lineup, and we will do that right before we line up. Okay, if we look to our right, we can see wide variety of aircrafts parked. Very lovely, and the lights have gone on here. Dusk is upon us. Very nice lighting at the control tower in Dubai, and you can see skyline there. Beautiful. Just Let's line ourselves up. Ooh, we kind of had a... Always forget there's a servo delay when trying to taxi the A330. Don't turn too hard. Give it a bit of time. Okay, let's continue our flight here. Once again, I'd like to apologize for the abrupt ending of the stream yesterday. It was due to a Wi-Fi issue, so if anyone was watching, I apologize. I attempted to do this very same flight yesterday and it got cut off midway. I am so sorry about that. Hopefully I'll make up for it today with this lovely flight. Look at that, we got a nice aircraft on approach right there. Lovely, very lovely. Let's continue our taxi to the threshold of runway 30 left. We'll be using the whole runway today for takeoff on the A330. We're carrying more fuel than we really need to. I really pay much attention to our loadout today. No matter. We're taxiing quite briskly at 27 knots. So please cut that down to 25. 25. Okay. Aircraft just landed. Airbus A380 just landed, and that's a glitch. Okay, it just literally just sat down on the runway. Anyway, not gonna complain too much about little glitches like that. Oh, it's getting beautiful here, and we are losing the daylight as well, quite rapidly, I might add. It will for sure be nighttime by the time we end up on our approach and land into Doha. But nighttime flights are severely underrated, I believe, especially if you've got like additional scenery and lighting installed. Otherwise, it can be quite not as good as an experience on Microsoft Flight Simulator when compared to day flights. But I do have some extras installed, so hopefully that will make our night flights enjoyable. And I really do enjoy night flights. I find them more challenging as well. If you can look at the windsock, or the wind, yeah, it's not a vane, it's a sock. To our left here, you'll see that we have calm, next to calm winds today, so no worries about that. We can actually go check the weather right before we take off. We will be cutting in line. We're not going to wait for, we're not using ATC today, so it doesn't matter. Let's actually go to our tablet here. Check the weather for Dubai. 3 knots and OTHH 7 knots. Both quite agreeable. So, you know, it's not that bad. 7 knots for landing, 3 knots for takeoff. Not a big deal. Temperatures are very, very high. 41 degrees here in Dubai. Wow. I believe 38 degrees where we're landing. My goodness, that is hot. That is hot. Degrees Celsius, just to be clear. For our American viewers, I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit, unfortunately. Flaps are set. We're not going to be worrying about the rest of the checklist items here. Everything else seems to be in order. TCAS is on standby for now. Our landing lights are not on, and we also need to turn off our taxi lights, turn on strobe lights, turn on wing lights. We will do all of that right before we line up, and once we have performed all of this, then we'll go ahead and perform a rolling takeoff for you today. Let's see, has anyone chimed in on the comment section? No. Fortunately, no one's watching it. It's sad, but you know, it is what it is. Let's look to our left. Oh, wonderful. We just saw a landing there. Beautiful, beautiful. Can't get enough of it. We are nearing the end of our runway here. We'll actually follow that aircraft, I believe. Or should we just cut in line? I don't know. Should we be good? I guess so. That's the end of the runway. I don't think we have a choice. This is a last turn off. Last reasonable turn off into the runway. So let's slow down a little bit here. Slow down a little bit, and we will stop right behind this guy here. I think we're gonna be here a while if we decide to wait for these guys. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while if we decide to wait. Oh, we're gonna cut. Oh, just about missed it. Okay. We're actually gonna go ahead and use the next turning, not the next one, the one following that. Let's actually go ahead, go upstairs, overhead, turn on our strobe lights, put all our lights to take off, turn on wing lights, and yeah, taxi lights are off. Taxi lights are off, landing lights are on, strobe lights are on, I believe, as well. Stop right here before we proceed. Let's quickly check that. Actually, let's make this turn and then we'll check. We'll let that guy land before we take off, the one that's coming up approach. Let him land. Okay, lining up, not lining up, sorry. Preparing to stop at the stop bar here. Put our parking brakes on. Let's give our lighting a little bit of light here before let's actually also give a dim light here. Okay, landing lights on, takeoff position, strobes on, beacon on, wing lights on, nav, everything else is perfectly fine. Let's also go ahead and turn the display brightness up here, panel lighting up here. Let's look at the pedestal. Not floodlight, but we need the panel lights to go up. We also got, what is this? Pedestal lighting to 10%. Floodlights, we'll put it on 10% for now. We can go ahead and we've got our landing. Look at that. One guy is going around, the other guy is landing. I believe that is A37 landing right now. Emirates? Yes, yes it is. We don't have anyone else right now that we need to worry about, so we can actually go ahead and take off if we like. With that, I think we are pretty much set for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and taxi onto the runway here. From there we will take off with a rolling takeoff today. Okay, let's just double check that there's no one. Yeah, there's one guy on approach, but we're gonna get off the ground well before he gets to us. Look at how beautiful that looks. My bad. Didn't pay attention to where I was going. Crashing into the ILS lighting here, but nonetheless, let's keep going here. There it is. Line up with the runway before we open the throttles up. Lovely. Okay, let's open the throttles. Engines are looking good, and we have takeoff thrust set. No warnings, airspeed is alive, 80 knots. Gear up. Flaps can go up. We have a successful takeoff. Let's continue our climb here. Look at Dubai on our left. So beautiful. So beautiful. Look at that. Lovely. Basically flying runway heading right now. We need to turn on our TCAS. That's something I forgot, but let's turn on autopilot here. Everything is on managed mode. go ahead and put our TCAS on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, seatbelts are on. Every sign that needs to be on is on. So lever and climb effectively. Trying to engage the auto throttle here. Okay, I believe auto throttle has been engaged. And everything is in managed mode. As you can see, we'll begin our climb out to 10,000 feet now. 5,000 feet is our transition altitude. So let's go ahead and do that. We have changed it to standard. TCAS letting us know there's aircraft. We're not going to worry about that too much. Oh my goodness, if that isn't beautiful, I don't know what is. If that isn't beautiful, I don't know what is. Look at that. Oh, and perfect. We can also see the airport. Let's go outside and have a look. Look at that. My word. That is a takeoff. That is a takeoff. How lovely is that, ladies and gentlemen? How lovely is that? Okay. Let's see. Let's actually turn off the tablet here. We won't be needing it for the rest of the journey, probably. Coming up quickly on 10,000 feet. Once we reach 10,000 feet, we can turn off our landing lights and our wing lights as well. Our logo lights have gone off automatically. The A380 does that. I don't really understand that. But anyway. Wing lights can come off, our landing lights can come off, so can the nose lights here. Let's go ahead and set our cruising altitude of 25,000. Put it on automatic climb, and the auto throttle is also working. Manage speed mode. It will increase speed according to restrictions. We don't need to worry about a thing. Okay, we're still on the departure here, obviously. Our end of departure is at the Mirot waypoint, I believe. Yeah, Mirot is our end of departure. So, everything looking lovely here. Enjoying today's flight. Very, very nice. Let's turn up the brightness a little bit, just to let us see. Oh, this is the terrain display, which we're not using today. We've got SimBridge switched off for the day. Cam brightness, I believe. Excellent. Let's go outside. Once again, I cannot get over how beautiful this looks. Incredible timing on that takeoff. How lovely is that? You can see Dubai here still. Buildings are visible. Airport is visible. Lovely. You can see the beautiful hue of the dusk sunset upon us. How beautiful is this flight right now? How beautiful is it? Oh, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are too. If anyone's watching this, I don't think anyone's watching this right now. I'm a small channel, so not a lot of people watch my live streams, unfortunately. Hopefully you guys watch this after I post this live and let me know what you think about this beautiful scenery that I'm enjoying right now. Well, if anyone's not watching this, you're missing out. Trust me on that. This is so lovely. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm addicted to flight simulators. Anyway, let's continue our journey here. I don't know how to turn off the cabin lights on the A330, unfortunately. Not a problem though. We continue our climb at a brisk pace. Speed is looking good. Everything is looking lovely. Why don't we take a little look from the cabin? Let's look from the cabin. Oh wow! My word! Look at that! Look at that! That isn't. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think you guys can only see my camera right now, right? Oh, now it's almost okay. So unfortunately, I tried to remove the window, and yeah, my bad. But anyway, look at that. That's beautiful. Let's go ahead and have a look at another view. Oh my word! Can't get enough of this. Just wish I could switch off the cabin lights. There's the hill to our right. Oh, look at that livery. Look at this right here. Just look at that. Isn't that lovely? Very, very nice views here. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. If anyone just joined the live stream, we are right now flying from Dubai to Doha using the A330. And yeah, we're flying using the A330 from Dubai to Doha. Look at that lovely turn. My goodness, isn't that beautiful? Dusk really is a beautiful time to fly. So is dawn, by the way. I have done a few flights on the channel. Please check that out. I believe a sun flight using an F-14 in Paro was done at dawn. So check that out. But this is lovely. And today's flight should now take. We've got about 30 minutes left on today's flight, and that's it. The whole thing should take about 40 minutes, and I believe we're about 10 minutes into the live stream. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's it. Let's go back into our cockpit view here. Losing daylight quickly. We've left Dubai behind us. And we are flying towards our last waypoint on the departure, which is Mirot. After Mirot, we will then fly towards Eggpog, as you guys can see. Leave this on 80 nautical miles as our range. Anyway, let's have a look at our flight plan here. I'm still looking for a way to publish these flight plans so you guys can enjoy them and perhaps do the same flights with me. You know, if you enjoy the flight, I'll find a way to publish them, I promise. I know I've been saying that for a while. The sun is going down right there. Oh my goodness, we could actually see that. Oh, the sun just disappeared on the horizon. I don't think we'll catch it again, but lovely. I don't know which country we are seeing. I don't know what land this is. Is that still part of the UAE? This is the UAE. Here is Dubai. That is the coast of UAE. I don't know where this is. Are we seeing like Iran or something? I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the maps for that. But yeah, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And Doha is somewhere over there to our distance. Oh, we can see the sun. Look at that. There it is. There it is. That's nice, isn't it? Sun right over the horizon right there. And it's disappeared again. There it goes. Lovely. Okay, we are now firmly flying into the night at this point. Actually, we're flying into the day. We're flying into the day because we are going west. Yeah, we're chasing the sun basically, but I think we're losing the race. But the sun keeps popping up, and there it goes again. Interesting. Okay, hopefully you guys can. Is anyone still on the live stream? Let me have a look at the chat. And no one said anything. Lonely flight into the dark, I guess, but hey, I'm enjoying this. And if anyone does join, please leave something in the chat so I can say hello. And yeah, thank you. Let's see. We're about reaching our cruising altitude. About to reach our cruising altitude, my bad. We'll hear the captain make the announcement to the cabin that we've reached the cruising altitude. When that happens, we will turn off our seatbelt light, so that our passengers can move around the cabin. There is our cruising altitude right there. We're coming up on Eggpog, and well, there's 58 nautical miles to Eggpog. And at Eggbog, our altitude is supposed to be 25,000 feet. So we are perfectly fine here. Nothing to worry. We are at our cruising altitude. Everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign. Waiting for the announcement here from the captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the flight deck, your captain speaking. We just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep the seatbelt belts clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Okay, the announcement has been made that we have reached our cruising altitude. We've got plenty of aircrafts in our way here. Very nice. You can see that on the TCAS. The TCAS, or however you want to say it. Well, the stream started roughly 15 minutes ago, but that's including our startup, etc. We roughly have about 20 minutes left on this flight, I believe, because we're going to make good time. We could actually travel a little faster to reach our destination. You know what? Let's actually do that, because it is a short flight anyway, so why bother, right? So let's go ahead and set the speed to 315 knots here. We'll cruise along a little faster, hopefully reach our destination a little quicker as well. It's a short little hop across the water today, Dubai to Doha. I wonder, can you go into the cabin in the A330? I have no idea. I haven't been flying this for much. Let's see, can you turn the door? Oh, there's nothing to. Can I keep going? Oh, I can. Oh, that's not a good look, is it? Yeah, let's just go back into the cabin slowly. Although we are carrying a FedEx container. Ta-da! Okay, let's just go back shamefully back into the cockpit like we did not just see that. Anyway, 350 knots. Cruising along quite happily. And yeah, we've got the no portable devices sign still on. We can actually turn that off. Why are we? Yeah. We'll pretend like there is in-flight entertainment today. Let the people enjoy. Okay, pedestal lighting of 5% seems right. Floodlight of 5% seems right as well. Actually, 10% seems better than. We'll leave it at 5. 5 is good. What else? What else? What else? What is this? That. Is there no other? Does the panel not have floodlight on the Airbus? That's interesting. We do have dome light we need to see. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's just turn that down and enjoy this lovely dark cockpit ambience. Let's see. Let's mess around with the tablet a little bit. Settings. Tablet options. Where are the tablet options? I want to know. Yeah, okay. Where are the flypad dark? Okay. Let's set in all THH. Have a look at the weather there. 6 knots, 36 degrees. Quite hot. The wind is not too bad. The raw meter data that we could use to input our into the weather if we like, or any other add-ons. But we don't really need that today. Anyway, we're not simulating the battery here. I don't see the point in simulating the battery in the tablet. We're just going to turn slow down the brightness a little bit. Power it off. Let's go outside. You have a long way to... Okay. Our descent... We have someone in the chat. Majkan. Thank you very much for joining us. And hello, Majkan. When are we descending? When am I descending? I will be descending at the waypoint right about here. Let me show you. The waypoint of Asnax. Actually, my bad. We'll be descending somewhere along right about here on our way to Asnax. We're supposed to be at 13,000 feet when we reach this waypoint right here. So we'll begin our descent somewhere around the mark right here. Maybe we're at 25,000 feet. We need to be at 13,000. Maybe about 30 nautical miles from Asnax, we will begin our descent. That will be our top of descent for the day. Again, it's a very short flight. From Dubai to Doha here. But I appreciate you asking me, and thank you for engaging. I sure hope you stick around to watch our landing, and hopefully I'll also be able to show you the replay of the landing today, depending on how the replay tool acts up. But yeah, thank you, Majkan, for tuning in. Here we are making the turn towards the waypoint of Asnax. Oh, we only have 39 nautical miles too. We should begin descending real quick here. We only have 38 nautical miles to Asnax, so I guess in about 7 nautical miles we'll actually begin descending. So you're right on time, Majkan, to see the top of descent. Somewhere in the distance, I believe we can see the land, is Doha waiting for us to land. Waiting for our approach. Yeah, and as you can see, Qubsa here. Right after Qubsa, we have our ILS into runway 34R in Doha. Okay, let's begin our descent actually to 13,000 feet. Put the speed on manage mode. We'll also put the descent on manage mode. Allow the aircraft, the autopilot, to automatically descend us to 13,000 feet. Everything is functioning. Descent has shown up, and we'll wait for the captain's announcement before we look at the views from outside. The A330 has really nice captain automated announcements from the captain, depending on the stage of the flight that we are in. So I'm just waiting for that announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Turned on our lights here. Okay, and we are beginning our descent, and let's go outside. That's where we took off from, right about there. I believe that's the, yep, that's the coastline of UAE, and I think what's ahead of us is Doha. So you see, it's just a little short hop, really, especially for an aircraft like the A330. Here we are. Let's have a quick look at some of the views that we can see. Well, that's nice. Definitely Doha ahead of us. We can see it now quite clearly. The Airbus autopilot is such a dream. Once you push everything into the manage mode, I think it is so easy to fly. It is so easy to fly the aircraft. You basically have to do next to nothing. It's really lovely. I enjoy it. I'm a Boeing man myself, but I cannot deny that it's a real joy to fly, especially on longer routes. But this is a really short route, so we can't really tell. But oh, look at that shot right there. Lovely purple hues of the sky. I wonder why our logo light is not on at this point. It automatically turns off at a certain altitude. That's nice, I guess. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the views from the inside. The external views here. Sorry. Let's go to showcase, fixed camera. Have a look at the views. That's lovely. Lovely wing flex on the A330. Really nice. Yeah, really nice. Oh, man, isn't that nice? Never ceases to amuse me, these views. I'm a flight simulator nut job, by all means. So I find this incredibly thrilling. I hope you guys do too. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at that wing flex right there. As we continue our descent into Asnax, I believe we actually crossed Asnax at this point. We should probably return to the cockpit and have a look. Do that right now. Yep, we are just 2 nautical miles from Asnax, and we're supposed to be at 30,000 feet. We're coming in a little high, but that's okay. That's okay for the time being, yeah. Actually, we're just about going to make 30,000. Yeah, 1 nautical mile from Asnax, and we are just coming on. So, precisely at Asnax, we make 30,000 feet. Look at that. We actually need to quickly move on to our next descent at Buntu into 11,000 feet. We're supposed to be at 11,000 feet at Bundu, right here. Okay, so let's begin that descent as well. Manage mode, speed is still looking good. And then at Bundu, 11,000 feet. At Kupsa, we're supposed to be 7,900. And then followed by that at Ladzo, 2,500. Okay. Descent going well here, and we have easily made 11,000 at Bundu. And once we reach our altitude, we'll program in the coming altitude of 7,900 for our next waypoint, but we won't engage it yet. We are well on track. Again, to my viewers, please check out my channel, give me a subscribe. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers here. It's been real difficult so far. And please do check out my other videos, leave a like, subscribe. Please do. Okay, we have just crossed Bundu. We can begin our descent to 7,900 feet here. Let's do that and let's begin our descent. Majkin with a question. What's your favorite airplane? That is such a tough question, man. What's my favorite aircraft? Well, when it comes to if you're talking about in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 specifically, I love the PFDG 737-900. It is such a good aircraft. It has the right amount of challenge in flying it. It's very detailed, and I love it. I love the PFDG 737. But in real life, if you're just asking in general, I am a 777 fan. The 777-300ER is by far my favorite jet airliner. Unfortunately, the one in Microsoft Flight Simulator by Captain Sim, you know, it leaves much to be desired. So I do fly it, but I should probably do a flight with that as well. I will actually. I'll do a live stream with that. But yeah, in real life, it's the 777-300ER as a jetliner. But in the simulator, it's the 737, just because it's so detailed and really nice. I enjoy it. I'm also a huge fan of the A330 that we're flying right now. I love it. Absolutely love the headwind A330. Very, very nice. Underrated, if you ask me. Really lovely. And yeah, but in terms of jet, I really enjoy the F-14 in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I love the F-14. It's really nice. And yeah, other smaller aircraft would be the TBM 930 in terms of single propeller aircrafts, turboprop. I also enjoy the Diamond DA62. The ATR is nice. Quite annoying though, but the ATR is really nice. So yeah, thank you for your question, and I hope that answers your question. What is your favorite aircraft? Majgan, and do you fly a flight simulator often? Do let me know. Okay, we have reached Kupsa, I should say. 5 nautical miles away from Kupsa, and our altitude has been reached of 7,900. Now our next target altitude is 2,500, but that's for the waypoint of I forgot the name of that waypoint. Let me just quickly tell you the name of the waypoint. The name of the waypoint is Ladso. We don't see, there is Ladso. Ladso is about 30 nautical miles away, so we don't need to begin this descent to 2,500 feet until we reach quite a bit closer to it. Maybe at the decel point, I believe. Yeah, maybe at the decel point we can begin our descent into Ladso. But for now, we are looking good, holding at 7,900 feet in Kupsa. Got the altitude set into the panel as well. And yeah, we can also see plenty, well, 2 aircrafts making a turn into our final waypoint of Ladso before we land at runway 34R in Doha. Now there is only one waypoint, well technically 2 in our ILS approach today, and that is Ladso and the runway itself. The night is behind us, the day is ahead of us. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. For some reason, the wing lights and the logo lights still don't come on. We've crossed 10,000 feet. We should go ahead and turn on landing lights. We'll leave the nose lights to take off as well. Wing lights to on. I don't know why. Turn on the nav and logo lights, man. I guess they'll come on once we come into our approach or something. I believe it automatically regulates that in the A330. We'll keep an eye on that and see how that works later on. Lovely. Anyway. Okay. We can probably begin our descent. Should we begin our descent now? Majkan has replied. Let me have a look at what he has said. Don't have a PC, but I play some mobile flight sims like RFS and Aerofly FS 2023. It's good to hear that you are a flight simulator player as well, Majkan. I hope you enjoy your flight simulation. And nice to know that you are an enthusiast. Do you have an aviation background, or are you just an enthusiast? Do let me know in the chat. I'd love to know. And I hope you get a PC soon so you can begin flying in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty intense. But yeah, I hope you get a PC soon and you can start flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. But I hope you enjoy flying Aerofly and RFS. Let me know what your favorite aircraft are in the chat to fly as well. Okay, let's actually go ahead and begin our descent here to 2,500 feet so we can be there at Ladso. We can actually see the ILS lights at the airport we're about to land into. There is some scenery installed in Doha as well, so we'll be able to see the buildings and some lights, hopefully. Anyway. Here we are. Let's go outside. Our logo lights still... Oh, there it is. The airport that we are landing into today. You can see the ILS lights. As we continue our descent here, we are looking well on our way to reaching our target altitude of 2,500 at Lutzo, which is 11 nautical miles away at this point. We'll comfortably make it. In fact, our descent is a little too steep. What just happened there, but anyway. Yeah, man, this is looking pretty standard at the moment. Wind 23 knots at 314 degrees. We'll be landing into a headwind today. We'll have a nice headwind when we land, so let's have a quick look at the tablet. Look at the weather conditions at OTHH, where we are about to make a landing. Let's see, 6 knots, 340 degrees. That corresponds with what we have here. 23 knots, 318. Well, yeah. So yeah, that indicates that we'll have a headwind when we come into land. Very nice. Should we set our flaps? Okay, target speed has been reduced. So once we reach about 220 knots, we will reduce our flaps. We'll drop our flaps. Just coming up on Lutzo, we can decrease the range here. 6 nautical miles to Lutzo, and we are just about to reach the target altitude. 220 knots. Let's drop our flaps here. Flaps 1 dropped, and look at that. There it is. Nice view right there. And our nav lights, our logo lights, my bad, have decided to come on. See? They come on automatically below a certain altitude, and there they are. Lovely. Very, very lovely indeed. Go ahead and get back inside, monitor our flight in these crucial stages. Let's drop our flaps one more to the position number 2. You can see it. It's too dark, but we can see the flaps being dropped right there. Pay attention. Flaps are going down. Can I butter the landing? Majkin. I would hate to promise a butter landing and then not deliver it, but I have buttered many times before, and I believe, you know what, let me try and make this a butter for you. A butter landing. Let's see. Let us see. I hope I can, but I'll try my best. I don't want to make any promises, but I'll definitely try my best. See if I can deliver on a butter landing today for Majkin. Okay, we're just beginning our lineup here. We can turn on our approach mode. Localizer has been caught, and we should drop our flaps to full. Let's set our auto brakes. And the auto brakes going on. Come on. Okay, fine. Auto brakes set to medium. Spoilers armed. Ground spoilers are on. I believe our landing lights, etc., are all on. Waiting for the glide slope to catch. And yeah, we are 10 nautical miles away from the runway threshold. I'll take control when we're about 1,000 feet above the ground, because remember, Microsoft Flight Simulator has this issue with glide slope and poppy lights disagreeing. I don't think that's an issue here at this particular airport, especially because we have a custom one installed, but I'm not going to risk it, especially because I am trying to do a butter landing today. for my viewer Machkin, who has interacted with me on the live chat. So to show appreciation, I shall try make it a butter landing for you. Okay, glide slope still not caught. Interesting. Just check the lights real quickly while we wait for the glide slope. Wing light on, nav light on, beacon lights on, strobe lights on, landing lights on, everything set to on, the seat belts on, and everything else is looking good. Glide slope still not caught, my goodness. That's interesting. It should have caught the glide slope by now. We're 7 nautical miles away to the... okay, glide slope caught. Glide slope has been caught. Glide slope has been caught, and yeah, we are leaving that altitude. Speed is being automatically managed at this point here. I do have an issue with the Airbus, as in I can't decide when to disengage the auto throttle, but anyway. We'll drop the gear when we're 1,000 feet away, and we'll also take manual control. 1,000 feet in altitude, my bad. 5 nautical miles away. Let's have a look from outside. There it is, the city of Doha. All sparkly and stuff. Airport is also looking lovely, and we are coming into land, ladies and gentlemen. A little high, are we? No, we have two red and 2 whites here. Okay. Let's actually drop the gear, allow the aircraft to stabilize here. Gear being dropped to glide slope. Oh my goodness. We've lost glide slope because of it.
Please prepare for landing.
You know what? Autopilot has been disengaged. I'm going to take manual control here. Auto throttle off as well. Let us see. I can butter this landing, ladies and gentlemen. Spoilers
Don't
on.
sink. Don't sink.
Oh, okay.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
That's okay.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Ignore that
Don't
warning for
sink.
now.
Don't sink. 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 Don't
Okay,
sink.
we'll ignore that
Don't sink.
ground proximity
Don't
warning.
sink. Don't 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 sink.
Why is
Don't
this thing
sink.
going off now?
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Ignore the warning.
Don't
Let's
sink.
try and make the
Don't
landing. I
sink.
made a mistake and I
Don't sink.
pushed the throttle by
Don't
accident.
sink.
Ah.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Let's just try and
Don't
butter
sink.
this landing, shall we?
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
200.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
200.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Retard.
That was not a butter. Well, I know. Well, towards the end, I accidentally pushed the throttle, got off the auto throttle, and that threw the whole thing into a tailspin. Sorry about that, but we are here at Doha. That is far from a butter landing. My bad, my bad. I promised to deliver in the next live stream at least. But a little mistake, and I should not have been fiddling around with that throttle. In the A330, you gotta put it in the climb detent for the auto throttle to engage, otherwise it comes off. And there you go, my bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. However, we're on the ground, and let's see if we can get a replay of that. Thank you, Munchkin, and hopefully in the coming live streams I'll do a better one than that. In fact, I should have done better than that on this one. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here. Let's actually just taxi in a little bit before we go for the replay here. Wondering where to taxi it into. I'll just put it in the gate right ahead of us. And yeah. Let's have a look outside. Lovely. Lot of Qatar aircraft here. There is an open gate right about there. Before we taxi in, we'll go outside and have a look at the replay. So what I'll do is I'll stop the aircraft just clear right about on this taxiway, which you shouldn't do in real life anyway. Never mind, we'll just stop the aircraft right about here before we even push the flaps up or anything like that. Let me see if I can get a replay going for you. Well, actually, unfortunately, we won't be having a replay here today. Yeah. The tool crashed, so there we go. We'll just go ahead with our taxi. Hopefully in the coming live stream I'll get this sorted out. When am I live streaming again, Majkin? I hope to do at least one live stream a day. It's hard to keep that up at the moment, but I'll definitely be doing a live stream tomorrow around the same time. Yeah, around the same time tomorrow. And I might also do one later tonight as well. I can't promise the one later tonight, but for sure tomorrow around the same time I'll make sure I get around to a live stream. And I'll fly the A330 again. And hopefully I can give you a butter landing tomorrow, because yeah, I'll do a little bit of practicing with the auto throttle towards the end. I never really know what to do with an Airbus auto throttle as we come into land, but that's no excuse. So I'll make sure to sort that out and give you a butter landing on tomorrow's live stream. Do give me a suggestion if you have any particular airport that you want to land into. If I do have like payware scenery or something, or if it's a star airport, I'll land into it. So if you have a good airport for me to land into, give me a suggestion and I'll be happy to do that. Hopefully give me like a short flight, something that's enjoyable on a live stream, especially because, you know, I don't have a lot of viewers in a small channel, so something like an hour flight max would be nice. If you have a suggestion, drop that in. Otherwise I'll definitely get back to you with a flight. Let's just go ahead and park our aircraft right there. Drop we'll set our parking brakes. You can push the flaps completely up. Put our ground spoilers off. Turn off all we can actually turn on the APU. Make sure our APU generator is on. It is. You can actually shut off one engine. Actually go outside and have a look. One of the engines being shut down as we speak. There it is. Engine number 2 shut down. Let's turn off all these unnecessary lights here. Oh, we can leave these on. Strobe can come off. Beacon can come off. Wing lights can come off. Nav and logo can remain on. Can turn off the second engine now. There we go. With the engines. External power here as well. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. We can actually go ahead and turn off our APU as well here. Let's just go around turning off some of the stuff we turned on for, you know, turning on our aircraft here. Where are the ADIRS systems? I don't know where they are. Somewhere from Copenhagen. Copenhagen. Could be cool. I never know whether it's Copenhagen or Copenhagen, but anyway, I could try that. Yeah, I could definitely try that. Although if I don't have any scenery installed over there, I might not. But I will try. Yeah, if I can, I'll definitely try and do that tomorrow. I'll try my best to perform a flight there, either originating or landing into Copenhagen. But yeah, everything else here for now, we don't need to worry about our shutdown procedures. We can just go outside really quickly. And there it is, today's live stream. Landing from Dubai to Doha. That was a really nice flight, very enjoyable for me, really, especially during the takeoff. I hope the landing went a little better, but yeah, my mistake towards the end, touching the auto throttle when I really should have just left it alone until touchdown. So that's a note for next time. Don't mess with the auto throttle until touchdown. So yeah, thank you for all the viewers who tuned in. Thank you especially to Majkin. You've been very interactive, and thank you for all the comments and questions, etc. And thank you for interacting with me on my live stream. I appreciate that a lot. Do subscribe if you did find this enjoyable, and I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Let me just quickly go to a drone view before I conclude up today's flight. Once again, thank you to everyone, and especially Majkin. Thank you for joining me today. Let's just float up a little up above, and there is Doha ahead of us. There is the airport behind us, and let's leave it here for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.